Hey guys, good afternoon. This is episode what?
33.
33 of the Gotta Have Miami show, and today we are in front of my alma mater. This is where I went to elementary school many years ago.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long ago. This is Silver Bluff Elementary, and the reason we're here today is that it's actually primary voting day, and that's why we have the voted. Even though Ashley voted today, I voted about a week ago. I'm one of those guys that does that early voting stuff that people come up with conspiracy theories about, that we don't get counted and all that good stuff.
That's why I vote today.
Exactly. That's why you vote today, and I early vote because that's just the way I've done. But I know my vote gets counted for one simple reason. I'm considered a super voter. I vote in every election and all the elections. So every politician, doesn't matter what place they come from, they knock on my door and say, "Hi, vote for me," and then we decide who we're going to vote for. So at the end of the day, again, we're back at Silver Bluff Elementary, my elementary school. And more importantly, your neighborhood. This is where you are like chilling now.
This is where I admittedly was forced to buy a house by you.
Exactly.
And I'm so happy I did. It's the best neighborhood ever.
Yeah, there you go.
There is a lot of little gems in here. There's lots of fixer-uppers if you want to, fix it up for yourself or flip it. There's also houses that have been flipped, and they're beautiful.
Fixed, yep.
So there's a lot of options in here. But it's still a hot market in this area.
Yeah, sure is.
We definitely see the markets like slowing down in comparison to 1 year ago.
Right.
But if you look like in little niches of the market, this neighborhood is on fire still.
Yeah, that's why I hate to see when we get those reports that say the market's doing this, the market's doing that. In Miami, we have such a micro market.
Yeah,
and these little spaces and these little areas are really hot. We talk about Silver Bluff. This is where we're hanging out right now.
Yeah.
Miami Springs is running that kind of same thing. That
Correct.
the prices, you see the numbers just climbing up. Palmetto Bay did that already. So I think
even Little Havana, where it's just still on the cusp of like not being so nice, but the prices are dictating what's going on over there.
Making a move up. So I agree with you. But again, today is the primary, or not the early voting, but today is voting day for the primaries, and we're going to talk a little bit about that because a lot of folks don't come out and vote in these things. Actually, we're not even allowed to vote for certain candidates because Ashley and I happen to be what they call NPAs, non-party affiliation, and I've been a non-party affiliation for many years.
We refuse to be labeled,
right?
So
we
lose the right to
exactly.
vote.
We lose the right to vote in the state of Florida. Florida does not allow us to vote for primary candidates, and it's not going to change anytime soon because the Dems don't want it. They don't want us influencing. The Republicans don't want it for us influencing, and that's one of the realities of it. So we chose not to be party affiliated.
Correct.
So that we've always voted, and again, I'm a super voter. We vote across all party lines. We vote for the candidates that we feel are going to do the right things for our neighborhoods, for our community, in the federal level, the state level, and actually the local level. And as a lot of you know, I ran for the local level, got crushed. Don't tell the truth. If you're a politician and you want to get elected, don't tell the truth. Trust me when I say this. Yeah, trust me. One of the politicians that is currently running for one of the seats keeps saying something about that he passed a bond without raising taxes. And I hate to break the news to everybody, but a bond is a tax. So the only reason that it was that is because one bond was expiring, so the commission pushed a bond. So in other words, instead of reducing your taxes, they basically do it. So a bond, if you don't kind of comprehend a bond, think of it, you live in a condominium association, you have your operating budget, and then you have a special assessment.
Right.
Special assessment.
That's
it's a bond. It's a tax. Like it or not, you're getting taxed. If it wouldn't have been approved, your taxes would have gone down.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's some wordplay,
It is. It's the way that you massage the message. But again, it's very important to get out and vote. A lot of, like I said, I vote early. You vote during the day because you just have that whole conspiracy vibe going.
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
There you go.
Will proudly wear a tinfoil hat any day of the week. So I vote on voting day.
Just in case there's a scandal.
Yeah. I mean, right now I just voted and I knew what I was going to vote majority, but there became this one question and I said, ooh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I did? I whipped out my phone and I did 2 minutes of research. I mean, with social media, fortunately and unfortunately, you could take a look at the candidate's page and decide yay or nay.
Right.
So that's what I did. So look, you don't even have to do a whole research project to come vote. Just just scroll through Instagram, look at their pages, and come vote.
Call me.
Or call Jav. He's got all the political answers.
all the political answers for it. But again, I think it's very important. Today's the date, and then from here we're going to go to the general elections, which will be in November.
Yeah.
These candidates will then whoever ever wins in some of the primaries. Here in Miami, we're in our district we're doing for representative in district I think 27 or 27, and then we also have state races for the state senate and for state representatives. So.
I don't know how he keeps up with this.
Yeah, so it's just, you're either kind of get it or into it or not. But I will tell you one thing, and I saw this was like one of those little, what do you young people, memes? Is that what you think?
You're referencing a meme?
Yeah, a meme. It's actually really good that if you're not involved in politics, you're a lot happier because you don't know what's going on and you don't care. But if you're involved in politics, you realize how you can get, like, screwed over in many different ways. Yeah. And but if you're ignorant, you know what? It's perfectly fine, and you basically sleep a lot better.
The statement "ignorance is bliss" is a truthful
for
statement.
Sure,
it really is.
It's a truth. All right, so let's talk a little real estate. We talked a little bit about Silver Bluff is a great neighborhood. It's hot. We've got a couple of properties coming up in Silver Bluff, so if you're looking, give us a call. They're going to be towards the end of the year, but we know that we're going to be getting some items in here. It is one of my favorite neighborhoods.
It's definitely my
favorite. I did force you to buy.
Yeah, you did.
I did force you to buy a house. So I'm even good with family, making sure that they do the right thing. And are you happy with the buy?
Oh my goodness!
So see how good we are.
I didn't even know I could be this
there you
happy.
go. Exactly. That's how it rolls.
I didn't even know this neighborhood really existed until I was forced to buy a house here.
Fun fact: Silver Bluff is one of the few neighborhoods in Miami that has a sidewalk and curbs.
Yes, we
so
have sidewalks, curbs.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, me and my husband love to come home. Like when you come home at 5-6 o'clock range, you have like families and dogs and people walking. You're like, what neighborhood is this?
It's a great neighborhood.
It's a really great neighborhood. So the average price sold in this neighborhood is about $850.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that when I bought.
No.
So just put that disclosure out there.
Because she had a really good realtor.
So if that is something your range, I so recommend this neighborhood. It is great.
It's centrally located. It's in Miami, what I used to call Miami proper.
Yeah.
You can get everywhere and anywhere. It is where Coconut Grove was maybe about 10 years ago. So it's actually, a place that's actually very, very popular. And I think it's we had somebody just walk behind us. I like that.
Yeah.
Very stylish.
Background action.
A little background action. Usually it's Anna walking behind us, but that's for another thing. But again, it's just a great neighborhood. It's centrally located. It's got all the Coral Way restaurants that have, come up, and they're like little nice little spots.
Yeah, like little boutique restaurants and butchers.
Yeah.
And then, I think that's going to be that whole Coral Way. If you're familiar with Miami, Coral Way is lined with all the big banyan trees, and it really has like a unique feel. I think that's going to draw a lot more businesses there, and
More useless information. It has four different street numbers.
4 street numbers?
Yeah, it has 3, 22, 24, and 26.
Oh, Coral Way.
Yeah, Coral Way and Coral Way.
Yeah.
So you start at 3 in the roads.
Right.
Then it moves to 22nd.
Right.
Then it moves to 24th, further up.
And it's 30.
And 26, all the way out there in
west.
Way west.
Yeah, so Coral Way snakes a little bit.
Yeah, so it does. It moves a little bit of it. So average time on market is what?
About 43 days.
Yep. Which is starting to, and that's the norm now. We're starting to see that is one of the things that's happening. One of the other things we want to talk about really quick is the rental market.
Yeah.
So last week, Ashley, remember we talked about and said that the renters had disappeared. The college kids had disappeared. We talked about why, the reason, and then what happened?
I don't know. Since yesterday, my phone with renters had just been nonstop. Yeah. And then something interesting that I noticed just today calling around rental buildings, which you don't need a realtor to go to.
Correct.
But I had a few people say, I really want to be in this building, but I can't get anybody on the phone, or they told me there's nothing available. And then when I follow up, I guess with my magic trick somehow, there it is.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a rental and you're having trouble, reach out. We're happy to help. Yep. And the big question I get from renters is, how much does it cost to work with a realtor? Right. And for renters, it costs nothing.
Zippo.
So we get paid by landlords and sellers. So if you're a buyer or a renter, that's not a cost you have to worry about.
Right. And it is not, and it's one of the things that, especially on the tenant side, that working with a realtor is going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to also avoid problems. Like right now, we are in a situation with a tenant that if the agent probably would have explained things a little bit differently, the person that we're talking about is in a position where they're actually in default of their lease. And we're trying to help them by saying, hey, listen, you need to do these things to make sure that the landlord doesn't force you to vacate. And I'll tell you, sometimes it falls on deaf ears. Sometimes they think that we don't have their best interests at hand. And I'll tell you, listen to us. When we give you an idea of why we're doing something, it's for your benefit. It is not for our benefit at all. You're already a tenant in the unit.
I have no benefit with them, them answering the question we have, But one of the biggest things you've taught me with real estate, it's really like just once you know how a transaction goes, really just managing the characters and the people that you're dealing with. And then it's accepting that some people are unmanageable. They, for whatever reason, whether they're doing this on purpose or that's just how they are. They don't even know that they're being unmanageable.
They could be, again, a lot of folks feel that we are not the most popular industry in the world.
It's true.
So real estate agents are usually held in very, very low esteem. But honestly, when we work with our clients, we're trying to do it, we're trying to work in their best interest. We're never going to work in our best interest. That's something that it will never happen. It is something that we try to guide our clients, our customers, to say, hey, listen, these are the things that you need to do to make sure. I'm never going to force, and you're never going to force a home on somebody, because at the end of the day, we're not living there. But you're going to make that decision, and we're going to educate you as best we can. But it's very, very frustrating when we know that we're trying to protect someone. And that individual just continuously says no, 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 and it's like, okay, guy, sooner or later it's going to happen, and
now
don't call us.
Be able to do anything about it.
The state of Florida is run by Landlord-Tenant Act. We agents try to stay involved, stay engaged, and not all of them. A lot of them, by the time they get their paycheck, they're done. And this is what's happened in this case. Paycheck done. And at the end, like, I can't stress it enough. When we're trying to tell you something, we're trying to be helpful, and we're trying to make sure that you're covered. Especially on the tenant side, and also on the landlord side.
It can be. We've seen so many smooth transactions between landlords and tenants. It's not the regular, but when it happens, man.
It's frustrating. It is frustrating, especially when like I said, you're trying to help. You're not trying to bust anybody's tickets.
I know.
So it is a difficult thing. What else we got? Thank you for the views. We're getting some views on some of our things.
Like 2 episods.
We don't want to tell you why we think we're getting the views.
That's your prediction.
It's my prediction. It involves the name Jav, J-A-V, and I think personally that's probably why we're getting some views. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these shows and taking and looking and making sure that you are watching us for the right reasons. Right? There we go. All right.
You're here for real estate.
That's right. We're here for real estate and for politics and how it affects. But again, today is primary day. Primary day. Where everybody's out here voting. We're seeing some people already come through here at Silver Bluff. Silver Bluff is one of the voting precincts over here in the Silver Bluff neighborhood. And I remember sitting out here and politicking when I was running. So I used to come hand out signs, and people would avoid me.
Was it this hot then too?
Oh, it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And the best part is you're trying to give your information to people that were coming to vote, and a lot of them have already made their decision, or they would avoid you, which is the best, when they like circumvent you, and that was always hilarious. But it is what it is. What we're gonna do.
Politics.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Be honest with your realtor.
Subscribe. Yeah, be honest with your realtor. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
We missed our intro.
We did miss our intro, so we'll make an outro.
Oh, an outro.
Thanks for joining the Gotta Have Miami show. The Gotta Have Miami show, where we talk about how real estate, politics, and culture all blend together. And share it with a friend. And we'll catch up probably towards the end of the week to give you a little bit of results of what happened over this election. Over this election period. All so, right. Guys, thank you very much. Have a good week. Bye.
Be well.